Pennywise, I know you're a killer clown, but are you from outer space? He says no, he's not. Good. Hey everybody, welcome to another movie review. And this is since this is spooky season, I am doing a horror slash Halloween type film. Yes. And this won the poll. Today I will be reviewing Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yes. I wow. I can't believe this beat the Lost Boys. What else was on there? Train to Busan and uh, what was Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. This beat all three of those films. Like I'm actually surprised that this beat the Lost Boys. So yeah. So all right, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This came out in 1988 and was directed by Steven Chiodo. I hope I said his last name right. Him and his brothers, Steven and Edward Chiodo, they all are also like puppeteers for like other movies and for this movie too. And they wrote and produced it, and one of them, Steven Chiodo, directed this. So yeah, and it stars Grant Kramer, Suzanne Schneider, John Allen Nelson, Royal Dano, and John Vernon. Yeah. All right. So yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So all right. So like I said, I put this on a poll with three other films, and I gotta say this was the one I wasn't expecting to win the most. Like, well, okay, maybe this is a little bit more popular. This is more popular than Henry Portrait of Serial Killer. So actually, that one I wasn't sure about, but I was sure that either Train to Busan or the Lost Boys was gonna win, but no, Killer Clowns won. Um, so yeah, this is one of the horror films that I will be reviewing this month of October for spooky season. And I don't know if I'm going to do a poll for the next one because I think I already have a certain movie in mind that I want to review. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but yeah, as long as it's still streaming, then yeah, I think I'll do that because I there's a certain movie that I really want to talk about. So, anyways, but yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So I've been wanting to watch this for a while just because I've heard that this is a dumb, 80s horror film, but I knew it was going to be silly, but I knew that it wasn't going to take itself so seriously. So, I mean, with a name like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, of course not. So, I was looking forward for this film, and yeah, it won the poll, and I watched it a few days ago, 2 nights ago, and yeah, it's all right. It's good. I mean, I like it at least. It was pretty fun. I have to say. I didn't love it honestly, and I'm sorry those of y'all who do love this movie. My brother is a big fan of this film, I think, but I don't know. I didn't love this movie, but I will say this. In terms of like, whether this movie is a good or bad movie, which it's not really either, honestly. It was actually a little bit better than I thought it would be. Like, in terms of it being a good film or not, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, it's not a great movie, no, but it could have been a lot worse, honestly. Like it really could have. But with that being said, I don't know if I'll rewatch it. It doesn't really have that rewatch factor, really. So yeah, I don't know. But I enjoyed it though. I did enjoy it. I had a good time with it. So before I start talking positive and negative, I'll try to explain the plot the best I can. But honestly, all I have to say is the title: Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like that's basically it. It's just about these killer clowns from outer space. These alien clowns go to Earth and they take over this town, and it's up to these three people. I forgot their names. I know it was Mike, Dave, and what was the girl's name again? Debbie. It's up to them to save the day. Um, that's basically it. And I think it all takes place on one night, which is interesting. It's pretty interesting. So, all right, that's basically it. It's basic, pretty basic plot there. So, um, simple plot. There we go. So, yeah. All right, positives. So, like I said, like honestly, I think I might have more positives than negatives, really, because like I said, this movie wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. So, all right, let's see. What should I start with? Um, the acting's okay for the most part. There are some bad performances, which will lead into some of the negatives. But the guy who played Mike was pretty bad. Honestly, I didn't really like his performance, and um, there was a performance in this movie. Uh, let's see, who plays Mike? I think that was Grant Kramer. Grant, I think. I think that was Grant. Yeah, Grant Kramer plays Mike. He wasn't very good, honestly. He really wasn't. Um, let's see. Royal Dano was hilariously bad. Like he was pretty bad, but he was hilariously bad. Like I think it might have just been on purpose though, of his performance being bad on purpose because his character was like very over the top, but he was hilarious. He played this old guy who, spoilers, does get killed in the beginning of the film, but he was cracking me up. He had a dog named Pooh Bear, and he had this really funny Southern accent. He was hilarious. And his death, I honestly laughed really hard at his death because of the guy's acting. Like it was really funny. Um, now, the actors who plays Dave and Debbie, which are John Allen Nelson and Suzanne Schneider, they were okay. I mean, they weren't like great, but they were fine. I thought they were both better in Mike, at least, than Grant Kramer, but they were okay. But the for me, the show stealer was John Vernon. John Vernon, I do know from Animal House. He played the Dean in Animal House, one of my favorite comedies. And I remember when I saw him, I'm like, isn't that the Dean from Animal House? And I had to look it up, and yeah, he was the best. He plays, I think, like the sheriff or something like that. He does play a cop. I know that for sure. Um, Dave is also a cop. I forgot to mention, but yeah, his character. What was his Mooney? Mooney. Don't remember his. Okay, Curtis Mooney. He was. I really liked his character, and I really liked John Vernon's performance. He was such a smartass, and like he didn't believe that there were killer clowns terrorizing the town. So he was great. I really liked his performance and his character. It was very good. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, performances weren't too bad. Okay, there were like two other guys which I didn't think were like, terrible, but I really didn't like their characters. You know what? That's for negatives. So spoilers for negatives. I don't know why I mentioned them, but for the most part, performances were all right. And John Vernon was great. Um, I gotta say the costumes are, they are cheesy, but they work. They work for the movie. I remember like when I first saw them, before I saw the movie. That is the clown costumes and the mask and whatever they are. I don't know, but I was when I very first saw like pictures and clips of them. I'm like, oh my god, this movie's gonna suck because they just looked ridiculous, and they do, but not in a bad way. I mean, they're alien clowns, so they're not supposed to look human. So they're actually all right looking. They look pretty good actually for this film. Um, so yeah, that's the costumes and makeup and whatnot. That stuff is pretty good. My favorite thing about this movie, though, if I'm going to be honest, is the music. Yes, the music. That is both the score and the theme song, which was performed by a band called the Dickies. I really loved the theme song. It was really cool. Um, and I liked the score itself also. That was honestly my favorite thing about the movie was the music. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much all the positives I have. Negatives. So editing wasn't great, but it was actually okay. Like at certain parts, it was all right, but there were some bad cuts and whatnot. But I kind of expected that. Let's see what else. I feel like there was another one before my biggest issue with the film. Okay, well, those two dudes I mentioned. There's these two guys in the movie who are supposed to be like the comic reliefs. Uh, who, they're like these ice cream salesmen, and they're really annoying. I really did not like them. They weren't funny. They were just annoying to me. Um, so yeah, I didn't like them. Um, I will say though, John Vernon's death wasn't really that great to me. Spoilers, but Mooney's death I didn't really like very much. It was just, it could have been a lot better. It should have been a lot better, but it wasn't. Oh, you know what? Okay, there is. I forgot a positive though. On the upside to that though, most not including that one, most of the kills in this movie are very creative. Like they're very creative with the kills in this film, and I really like that. I really like most of the kills in this film are really cool. Um, like there's one that one of the clowns does with like a shadow puppet, and like someone gets someone like burns an ice cream or pie, or is it pie? I think it's like pie actually. I don't know, but yeah, there's some really creative kills. But Mooney's death, I won't spoil what happens to him. I mean, it is kind of spoiler that he dies. So yeah, I'm sorry for spoiling that. But yeah, his death wasn't great. Um, to be honest. So, and the biggest negative I have with this movie, there are some story flaws with this film. I'm not gonna say what they are because again, I don't want to spoil. But even though I did spoil Mooney's death, I apologize for that. But well, I didn't. Again, I didn't say how he died, and I'm not going to. But yeah, um, but there are some story flaws with this. I will say some of these main characters are like invincible. And that's kind of like because I think one of the I'm not gonna say which one, but one of the characters I heard was supposed to die. One of the main characters was supposed to die in this movie, and they test and like originally, they did, and but the test audience didn't like that. The test audience wanted a happy ending, and wanted all the main characters to live, so that's why they did it. But there is some moments of like it definitely looks like that they die, but no, they come back. So yeah, there's that, and there's some other stuff too that yeah didn't work. But I can excuse that because this is not supposed to be a good movie. It's supposed to be a cheesy. Some might say this is a so bad it's good movie. I will say it's a little bit better than a so bad it's good movie. Uh, like I don't know, like it's not a good movie, but it's not a terrible movie either. It's actually a lot, like I said, it's a lot better than I thought it would be. Like it could have been a lot worse, but yeah, it was actually a decent cheesy film. Like it really was. So yeah, um, so yeah, that's basically all I could say. I enjoyed this film, but I don't know if I would ever rewatch it. I don't know, maybe in about 5 years or so, but I don't want to watch this like anytime soon ever again. I don't know. I didn't love it, but I will say again though, it was decent and it was fun. It was very fun, and it was funny too. It was a funny movie, and I did expect that, of course, um, but yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't enough for me to like rewatch this movie. Not saying I won't ever watch this movie again. Maybe I will, but just I definitely won't anytime soon. So it is going to get a kind of a lower rating. I apologize, but yeah. So all right. So with all that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and give it its rating. I'm going to give Killer Clowns from Outer Space a I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, it could have been better. Oh well, okay, it could have for me. I could have liked it better, but it just didn't work all the way for me. Like some of those flaws dragged it down for me. But it was decent. I had a good time with it. So yeah. So I think 6 out of 10. That's the honestly the best rating I can give it. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. If you like this movie a lot better than that, then that's great. But I didn't love it. But it was good though. It was good. I did enjoy it. So yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, 6 out of 10. All right, so there is my review for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yes, I know it's Pennywise, but I don't have any of the actual clown figures. Is there actually any killer clown from outer space action figures? I'm sure there are, but yeah. Thank God Pennywise isn't from outer space. So, all right. So in the comments, tell me, have you seen this movie? Have you not? Also, what is your favorite um cheesy 80s horror film? I will say one that comes to mind for me, even though I think this movie was supposed to be a little bit more serious, but it ended up being a so bad it's good movie. That was Children of the Corn. That movie is really funny. So that's probably it for me. But yeah, what's your favorite cheesy 80s horror film? Yeah. All right, so okay, so I'm thinking I'm thinking this Thursday, since I don't really have plans, any other plans for like music related videos. I think I'm gonna do um either top 10 or top 20 favorite third albums, because I did debut albums and sophomore albums. So now the third albums. I don't know what you're supposed to call those, but yeah, I'm thinking probably that. And then I don't know about next Monday. I don't know if I don't know. I don't have any as of right now. I don't have any plans for that. I think I thought of something. I don't know. I'll think of something though. It won't be a like Halloween related video though. Uh, it'll just be a random just movie topic or whatever, but it'll be a list of some sort. I will on the 30 on Halloween though on the 31st. I will do a top either probably top 10 favorite horror movies list. So I do have that planned, but that will be for the 31st. So yeah, um, ironically yeah, the 31st, because that happens to be on a Monday. So yeah. Um but anyways, yeah, I'll have something out next Monday. I don't know what yet. I'll probably reveal it, in my next video on this coming Thursday. But yeah. Anyway, so please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell, and I'll see you later. All right. Peace.